good evening once again. Let us start the class. So in the previous class, we have seen how coordination takes place in animals and plants. So here in animals, if you see, control and coordination takes place by two systems. One is nervous system and another one is endocrine system. So now we should deal with the endocrine system. So we have studied about the nervous system in the previous classes. Now we shall study about the endocrine system. So what is endocrine system? That we shall see now. So in the human body, two types of glands are present. Two types of glands, exocrine glands and endocrine glands. So exocrine glands are those which produce enzymes. So enzymes, they are biological catalysts. They help in the digestion. We have seen different types of enzymes which help in the process of digestion. So, and they speed up the chemical reactions and they help in the digestion of food materials, etc. And now endocrine glands are those which secrete chemical substances in very minute quantities. That means 1 by 10 lakh of a gram, very small quantities. The chemical substances are produced. They are called as hormones. So unlike exocrine glands, endocrine glands do not have any ducts. So they release, endocrine glands release their secretions directly into the blood. And the blood acts as a medium of transport. How? So blood carries the endocrine glands, that means the hormones are directly released into the blood by endocrine glands. So blood carries these hormones from the site of their production to the site of their action. So the organ or tissue on which the hormones show their effect is called as a target organ or a target tissue. So the organ or tissue on which the hormone shows its effect is called target organ or target tissue. So in nervous system, what happens? So the reaction is quick but temporary. It means whatever the reaction, it will take place quickly and it is temporary. But in the case of endocrine system, the effects are slow but they last long, almost permanent. So that is the effect of these endocrine glands which produce hormones. So different endocrine glands are present in the human body, and let us come to know about the endocrine glands which are present in human body in detail. So first, pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is very small. It is the size of a pea seed size, and it is present in the near hypothalamus in the lower part of the brain. And so this pituitary gland secretes number of hormones, and it also controls the secretions of other endocrine glands. So that is why this pituitary gland is called as a master gland of the body. So which gland is called master gland of the body? Pituitary gland is called master gland of the body. Why? Because pituitary gland secretes a number of hormones and also controls the secretions of other endocrine glands. That's why it's called master gland of the body. So for example, let us see some hormones which are secreted by pituitary gland. Growth hormone. Growth hormone is one which helps in developing bones and muscles. So if growth hormone is secreted in excess of quantities, the person will grow gigantically, and that condition is said to be gigantism. If this growth hormone is secreted in deficient quantities, then the growth will not take place and the person remains dwarf. That condition is said to be dwarfism. Okay, and so growth hormone helps in the development of bones and muscles. Next, pituitary gland secretes another hormone which is called as vasopressin. So vasopressin acts on kidneys, and it controls the production of urine. If there is deficiency of vasopressin, excess amount of urine is excreted, and that will lead to that means the person loses large amounts of water from his body. So that condition is said to be diabetes insipidus. So vasopressin is a hormone which is secreted by pituitary gland, and this vasopressin acts on kidneys and controls the production of urine. If vasopressin is deficient, then a disease is called, which is called diabetes insipidus, where excess of urine is produced, and the person suffers loss of water from his body fluids. Next, pineal gland is present in the brain, and it controls circadian rhythms. That means our 24 hours cycle is there, day and night. Our life cycle will be determined. So that cycle is under the control of pituitary gland. So, pineal gland. And next gland is thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is another endocrine gland which produces thyroxine. Thyroxine is produced by thyroid gland. Thyroxine. So this thyroxine mainly helps in the carbohydrate protein metabolism, that is body metabolism, and it helps in growth and development of the organism. If this thyroxine, for the production of thyroxine, iodine is very important. If there is a deficiency of iodine in our food which we take, that will lead, that means especially in children where growth is taking place, in such children what happens, growth will not take place, they will be physically and mentally retarded. That means growth rate will be slowed down, and that condition is said to be cretinism. And in the case of adults, if there is less amount of production of this thyroxine hormone produced by thyroid gland, then that will lead to a disease which is called as a goiter. So in this way, so this thyroid gland, that is why the iodine is iodized salt. That means iodine is added to the salt, which will compensate the deficiency of iodine in our body. And iodine mainly present in seafoods. Okay, that means if the people suffer with thyroxine deficiency, so that is they suffer with goiter, adults. That means swelling in the neck region will take place. That condition is said to be simple goiter. So in this way, we have seen pituitary gland, and then what are the hormones produced by pituitary gland, and the next pineal gland, and then the thyroid gland. So there are some more endocrine glands and their functions which we will see in the next class. Hope you have understood. So again, for the time being, I repeat, two types of glands: exocrine glands, endocrine glands. Exocrine glands produce enzymes, endocrine glands produce hormones in very small quantities. And they do not have ducts, that is why they are called ductless glands. They release their secretions directly into the blood. Blood acts as a medium of transport. Blood transports the hormones from the site of their production to the site of their action. So the organ or tissue on which the hormone acts is called as a target organ or target tissue. And the effects of endocrine gland hormones, the hormones is slow, but it lasts long, almost permanent. And different endocrine glands are present in the human body. Pituitary gland is called a master gland of the body. Why? Because it secretes a number of hormones and controls the secretions of other endocrine glands. That is why it is called master gland of the body. And also next one, so few hormones, that is a growth hormone and vasopressin. Excess production of growth hormone leads to gigantism, and deficient production of growth hormone leads to dwarfism. It mainly helps in the development of bones and muscles. And the vasopressin acts on kidneys. Deficiency of vasopressin leads to diabetes insipidus, where excess of urine is produced. And pineal gland controls the 24-hour cycle of our body, day and night. Rhythms are controlled. And thyroid gland produces thyroxine, and it controls body metabolism. And thyroxine deficiency causes disease in adults called goiter, and in children it causes a disease which is called as cretinism, where the development, physical and mental development will be slowed down. And in the next class, we shall see some other endocrine glands. Okay, so you try to remember all these names of the hormones and their effect on the body. Okay, thank you.